Hi everyone, this is Dan and the future holds crypto. Let's start with a market overview. I'm looking the first couple of cryptocurrencies here, and we have a lot of green. People look at Bitcoin. It's almost $10,900. I've seen already seen a lot of titles on YouTube. Bitcoin is breaking out. Beware, watch out, stuff like that. I mean, it might. I don't know, but it has been to this price so many times before, and even higher than this, and it didn't happen. I don't like to get overexcited just for this price. Is it good that it's green? Of course it is, but definitely not something that I got excited from. Yeah, so everything looks to be in green, except Ethereum, but this is just over on 7 days. But today it's in green with $350. I don't care about Tether. It's printed. It's stablecoin. It's printed. XRP 25 cents. Chainlink 946. Polkadot 4.1. Nice. Cardano 0.095. By the way, I'm actually a very big fan of Cardano. I think it's the Ethereum underdog. It's actually I own some Cardano, and I love the project. I love the philosophy behind it. I also like Charles Hoskinson a lot, and I actually recommend watching his YouTube channel. But going back, let's go to the Trading Central and looking at some indices here and some predictions from Trading Central. We have the S&P 500 that it is predicted to go to from 3,400 to 3,700. Not bad. I mean, it looks the index, the prediction looks good. Going back, we have Dow Jones, which is predicted to go to from 28,000 to 30,000 approximately. It's also looks quite nicely. It's an 8.46 bump up, the 8.46% bump up. With the S&P 500, it was 8.8, similar, of course. If we look at Bitcoin on the 1-day chart, it shows forecast for $12,900. It's around. Definitely looks good. It keeps showing this for a while now, and it's actually, if I look, what's surprising here is that it was actually bearish last week, and on the S&P 500 and Dow Jones, they were expecting more than 9% drop, and now it's expecting a 9% bump up. It's interesting. Now the other one didn't happen, so probably it's a good chance this one happen as well. As I told you, these are just some indicators, and of course shouldn't take them too seriously, but just take it into consideration. Looking at XRP, it still shows this for a while now, or similar. It's it predicts going to 0.33. Other people are saying that it will go even further than that, because if it explodes, it explodes. Ethereum, it's the forecast is for $490. So yeah, so don't forget, these are just some predictions here, some based on some indices and indicators actually. So don't take them necessarily too serious. Just showing you some stuff on Trading Central. So it's as I told you, I've already seen a lot of people saying Bitcoin is breaking out. This is it, stuff like that. Well, of course, it would be nice to do that, but don't. It happens so many times that don't get your hopes up too early. I like how these people are getting too overexcited sometimes. I still like to watch a lot of their videos, but you have to take is to, there's a lot of movement in this market, in this sector specifically. And a lot of passion. Don't forget that, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, and excitement. But don't get other people's overexcitement as my excitement to affect your strategies. But definitely a very, very nice and passionate sector here, with a lot of passionate people. What I'm trying to do is to keep an open mind, of course, and of course keep in mind that your brain is or the brain is sometimes it's easier for the brain to look on the better forecast, or on the better prediction, and it's easier to believe a path that actually goes to somewhere that you want to achieve. So of course you will see something correlated to this, and if it is somehow it might lead to the price increasing, that remains stuck there in your head, and it might make you believe it will, and it might, I don't know, but don't underestimate the power of the brain to to make you go on the positive path. I like to keep an open mind and try to see more possibilities, and keep myself prepared for other cases as well. So if things go the other way around, I wouldn't necessarily panic or change my strategy, or panic sell and stuff like that. So that's something to remember. So going back to the video, I wanted to also, that we discussed about market cycles, the oil money and stuff like that, and in the last period there were a lot of discussions related to the fact that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in general might take a big dip, because octobear, because it's something that it happened in the past near elections. So there were a lot of talks here in this area, and I was looking at the previous cycle, actually in October 2016, and if you look here on the I'm on the Bitcoin chart, so there was no octobear there, right? There was no octobear, nothing, right? So that made me think of something else. That we have in this year, we had the major dip in March, and it seems that even if Bitcoin was thought to be a safe asset, and it wasn't very correlated with S&P 500 and more correlated to gold in real life for the moment, it was actually correlated to S&P 500, and when the market crashed in March, you see here we also had a very big crash in Bitcoin as well, and the entire crypto market. If we go like this, we had a 62% drop, right? It was a 62% drop. So yeah, it behaved like S&P 500 or something very close to a risk asset. It recovered fast. It's no problem, but it actually proved that in some cases it's actually correlated to the S&P, the stock market in general, and not necessarily behave like a safe asset for the moment. And it made me look a little bit on the correlation index and looking at the correlation between Bitcoin and S&P 500 on the new. I'm not sure what happened here. I didn't find the better way to do this, but they have some gaps here. This is the old graph, but definitely look at this one. We have historically, this is the highest correlation that we had since the beginning. So yeah, and when did it start? It actually started since March, when we had the dip. So look at this, it went up, up, and up, and we are at the historical all-time highs in relation to the correlation. I'm actually, I don't have a lot of experience in TA. I'm just playing around with it, but it would be interesting to see someone do some TA on this chart, if it makes sense at all. So. Yeah, it's still it seems to go up, or still going up, and it's very close in correlation. And looking at the new graph, but this is by the way, this is I want the correlation to go. Okay, Bitcoin to gold. It's not that big. It went a little bit further up, but it's not as correlated as to S&P 500 at the moment. And looking at the new graph from the same website, it's more than, well, in March it was more than 0.50%. Now it's close to 43% or something like that, and it's still going up. I hope it will go down. Maybe it's like, when we had the bull run, and then we had the retest, and then, well, suddenly it goes down. Hopefully this is the case. How I see these things here is that for the moment it is correlated to stocks in a major world event. So if something major happens, or a very big move happens, especially in this case negative move, it seems that Bitcoin at least showed to be correlated to this, and it wasn't a safe asset. If you've seen gold, basically at the beginning it also went down, but then it went fast up and reached new all-time highs. So basically it decorrelated faster to from the stock market than Bitcoin. Definitely Bitcoin recovered since then, but it didn't break its all-time high as gold did. I think that it will be interesting to watch the evolution here, because I certainly think that at one point we will decouple again from S&P 500, basically at that point it will mean that the market has more trust into Bitcoin and into crypto in general, probably. And how I see the recent news from this year, with banks being approved to custody crypto, with first crypto bank being in progress, not in progress, accepted, the Kraken. I certainly think this is the start the crypto adoption. So I think that we are close to see this decorrelation. going faster. But definitely we'll see how the things evolve. And by the way, I was also curious. Let's see at S&P 500. If we go in 2016, let's October. Okay. So this is the octobear, basically, from 2016. People are always mentioning, or very often mentioning, the fact that there was the octobear in the last presidential elections in USA, and I'm looking here. Yeah, it is a drop here, but it's a 4% drop. Do we really care? Especially in especially in cryptocurrency. I mean, well, this can happen from one day to the other. It might happen in the same day and recover in the same day, or it can go more than that. I mean, this is nothing. Look, and then if we this is basically what we need to be looking for, not necessarily be afraid of, but if this happens, probably will happen to crypto as well. So 35%, when it went in the March deep with 35%, it went a 60% drop in Bitcoin. So yeah. Basically, we don't need to worry about a small drop in S&P in the crypto markets. From what I've seen here, the correlation is big moves like this. So definitely, we need to look on a scenario like this, and how I see the situation now. And it's by the way, this is not financial advice. I'm just trying to get all the information that I gathered and make my own opinion on the matter. But how I see the situation now is that it mostly depends what happens with the stimulus bill. And that for the moment it seems to be a fiasco. It's close to the election. Both parties are trying to play their hand at the expense of the people, I think. But definitely they're doing that, and for the moment it's postponed. I don't know how this will affect the market until November, but it might. I'm not sure if it would affect it like this, of course, but it's definitely something to look at, because I think a major move in the market can be generated by that event alone. By the way, I'm actually subscribed to this guy, Stephen Gardner, and I like he's bringing updates almost daily about the stimulus check and the bill that and what progress has been done that week or that day specifically. So definitely this is something that we need to look at if we want to be informed and not be surprised by some move on the market. So keep that in mind. And another thing that I wanted to go through this video is some news that are very, very interesting. I think they are very big news, and it's about Ripple. And of course, by the way, probably you noticed, but I'm a big fan of Ripple and XRP. I actually own XRP. I'm also a big fan of Cardano and ADA. And I would like to have more time to talk about ADA as well, and maybe I will make some time, and maybe other cryptocurrencies as well. I told you I'm not a fanatic. I can appreciate different projects, different cryptocurrencies, and if I had a very big capital, probably I would have owned a lot of cryptocurrencies. But for the moment, I will concentrate on a few, and based on my time. And Look at this part, and I would just notice this tweet on Ripple because I'm following them. So this is very recent news. It's today. It's yesterday. Sorry. No. Sorry. Oh, it's over 12. Yeah, we switched in my country recently, but yeah, it's very recent news. Today we launched Line of Credit, a new beta service that allows RippleNet customers using on-demand liquidity to instantly source capital and initiate payments using XRP. Read more insights. And if we go here, you can read more about this definitely here. Limited access to working capital is one of the biggest barriers to growth for many companies. Unlike incumbents, who have large balance sheets that allow them to scale their business quickly, many fintechs and small and medium-sized enterprises (SMEs) lack the capital and resources to compete. Faced with stale growth, customers turn to creating bespoke credit arrangements with each partner in each destination market. Each arrangement requires additional overhead and management, making it a slow, burdensome, and an ultimately inefficient process. Ripple's Line of Credit solves this problem for our customer by providing upfront access to capital for every market through one simple credit arrangement, simplifying access to financial solutions that accelerate business, performance, and scale. Those using ODL or RippleNet can purchase XRP from Ripple on credit. Customers are charged one fee on the amount borrowed, with no hidden fees, and can receive approval faster than through traditional means. RippleNet customers simply take advantage of one simple XRP-based agreement everywhere that ODL is available, regardless of sending destination or fiat currency, and costs a lot less than most other available credit options. Well, another thing that I want to go here is Line of Credit is the latest step in Ripple's vision to enable the Internet of Value and break down the barriers in finance. It's an exclusive new service that financial institutions and money service providers can use to consistently provide customers with cost-effective, real-time cross-border payments. So this is their vision. The vision is to enable the Internet of Value, because now we can transfer data very easily. The value can be transferred very the process to transfer value is still very, very cumbersome, and it's based on a very old system. So definitely this is their huge vision. This is their and they want to change the world basically. Okay, you can read more about it here. But they're saying this is the latest step, not the last. So keep that in mind. Definitely, this is a big this is a big announcement, and actually, when I've seen the announcement that the US gave the green light for banks to custody crypto, I had this idea in my head that if Kraken is becoming a bank, maybe Ripple will. And okay, the first part is to the clarification for custody, right? But definitely that must be followed by other clarifications and regulations on how they can be used in the real life, not only to custody them, right? And thinking back about that idea back then, it's like Ripple can become a bank. This is definitely some news that makes me actually think that this is even closer to reality than I thought at that point. I've seen a lot of other known YouTubers already talk about this, and Digital Asset Investor was actually mentioning something. Let me find him. Everybody's talking about this apparently. By the way, Brad Garlinghouse said that 2020 it will be the year of the digital asset. So hopefully we're still there. This is what I wanted to find. There was an interview with Miguel Valles, and one of the questions was, how do you plan to distribute the rest of XRP? And Miguel Valles, I could see us becoming a lender of last resort. Apparently, they went that way. It's actually very interesting to see how this company sets its mind to something and managed to achieve it. I've seen some people from Ripple talk about something with a year or 2 years before it actually happened, but I don't want to get into that more. We also see Brad Garlinghouse here that is bashing the report from justice.gov. A 70-plus page contradictory report is not regulatory clarity. Many responsible private players are trying to follow the rules, but becomes increasingly hard when there's no single arbiter of the law. 5+ government agencies with different point of views on crypto. I certainly think he has a point. He also says here, we need a framework like a DCEA that provides clarity, protects consumer, and fosters innovation in the United States, or companies will move their investments or whole company overseas. So, you know that in the previous video, we actually talked about the fact that Ripple was thinking of moving to another country because US seems to be too slow. And if you think about it, if you look from outside, at least this year happened to be things to improve things in the terms of speed. Especially with the first part, with banks being able to custody crypto, with crypto banks being in place, with the fact that most of the big countries are thinking to issue their own national currency, digital currencies. But there's still the problem of regulatory clarity in terms of how to use them, and we didn't see necessarily any news there. So under the circumstances, digitalization was very important, and the bureaucracy, it seems to keep it in place, and it creates frustration for the people that are trying to improve things. Definitely Ripple, when they said that they might move to another country, and they mentioned a few there, and watch my previous video for more details. It might be actual frustration with the US government and actual planning to move to another country. or it might be something like trying to get the attention of the authorities, teasing them with their leaving the country, and which that wouldn't be a very good thing for US, but definitely it is a possibility. So I think that they actually have some something to say there, especially since they're a big fintech company. They're one of the strongest in crypto known in US, and for them to move in another country would be a big image hit for US as well. So I think they're trying to also drag the attention to this and maybe accelerate things. However, it's also possible that they actually think of moving to another place. That's as I always told you, I mean, I'm trying to keep an open mind and think about different possibilities. I don't want to be a fanatic. So, and I was looking at you know, that I told you that I'm a fan of BC Becker, and the video from today, not today. Okay, the video from yesterday. He was talking about the fact that if Ripple is actually thinking about moving to another country, it's possible to dismiss a lot of theories that you've seen over the internet, and of course a lot of them are very exaggerated, especially in terms of price and stuff like that. The potential probably is there, because if you look at some numbers, I think the potential is there, but the question is how much of that can be achieved, because it might not. I don't think it will be the only player on the market. I do think that Ripple will have, and the XRP will play a role in modernizing the international payments, and even in tokenizing the assets. And we talked about that as well. But we don't know exactly what other players will be on the market. So I do think it will play an important role, or a role there, and utility will kick in at one point. But when will that happen? We don't know. There are a lot of speculation in this area. Of course, there is hope, but as BC Becker said, for the moment we don't have that. We don't have the clarity on that part. So his strategy and philosophy is to look at the charts and TA, technical analysis, and see the what's happening on the chart. Don't think about all the external factors, because the chart already includes the external factors and the news and everything. And to some degree, I think the truth is in the middle. I mean, he believes that the chart is not affected by the news, and I think that in some cases it's not. And especially, I've heard something interesting. There's a good saying in the recently. In a bull market, no bad news can influence the price to go downward, and in a bear market, no good news can influence the price to go up. And I think that's a very good point. However, I would considering the what's happened lately, and I think the March event, the big one, the black swan, basically, it's something that the charts couldn't have predicted, and we have stuff like that. And other than that, trying to predict the price only on some news that you have, it's better to look at the charts from my perspective. Not necessarily to base your strategy or do day trading. I look at it just for fun. But the charts do indeed have all of the news embedded in them because it has the history, and if you think about it, all of the news are there in the history there, and you will notice patterns and Fibonacci retracements and stuff like that happen also in nature. Basically, there's a lot going on there, and the past history can give you an example or not an idea on the trend. It's basically, it includes all of the news and the movements that you don't know about. So because there are a lot of variables, you cannot base your strategies just on one news that you see somewhere. But if you look at the chart at one point in time, definitely it includes everything, all of the news, all the factors, all the variables in that point. He's saying that the news are already priced in, and I think it's in some cases it is, but not in major ones like we had recently. If you want to learn more, you can. I think he does very good TA. And if you want to learn more, not necessarily to do day trading, but as I am, just to understand how it works, and to understand more about charts, definitely recommend his bcbacker.com. He has a very cheap, let's say, course. I mean, I think he deserves it in general. It's very cheap for you can find most of it in his content, free content on YouTube, but this is more organized, and it gives you a lot of knowledge on what happened in the previous bull run, using Fibonacci retracement, and a lot of the exit plans, which is very important to have an exit plan, how to balance your portfolio, tools and indicators on TradingView and CoinTrader Pro. Basically, it's a very good intro, and it will be also important to see how things happened in the past. I also recommend the iPhone Academy on iPhone on Tech. They have algorithmic trading and technical analysis. This is actually they go through basic TA, but then you can also go in how use the data there and create scripts, and then to do automatic trading, algorithm trading. And you can also use the past data to simulate your and test your algorithm based on past data to see how it goes, if you lose money, if you're not. It's interesting. I told you I'm doing it just to to see how it works, to learn more. I don't advise day trading actually in crypto because it's too volatile. I think that doing DCA or some kind of DCA when you have more entry points or in the market, and if you manage to, we talked about the accumulation phase and market cycles in one of my previous videos. If you manage to determine the accumulation phase, it's easier to, it would be nice to go to, helpful to go and have multiple entry points there, and as well multiple exit points, the exit plan, remember that. So yeah, if you want to learn more about this, we can start here. There are also courses in Udemy if you want to learn the basics. What I wanted to the conclusion here basically is to there are a lot of good news about crypto in general. A lot of theories, especially when you're talking about Ripple, and utility might kick in, but we don't know that for sure. And it's all about the expectations. So if, let's say, you bought 1,000 XRP and you've watched the videos that say that it will go to $10,000, you'll have the expectations based on that, and you don't. It's basic. It's better to have more realistic expectations. And by the way, here BC Backer gives you some idea on how he sees the next targets for Bitcoin, for XRP, based on the previous performance, based on Fibonacci analysis and other stuff like that. So it's better to have a more realistic approach to this, because if you have unrealistic expectations, it won't help anyone, especially you. I wouldn't base my strategy on the fact that utility will kick in overnight and it will go to $10,000 and I will hold to my crypto forever until it goes to that, because you might actually end up with the bag holding after the next bull run, missing an opportunity. So I have to agree with BC Backer this one. To have your strategy based on the previous the data that you have, and don't base your strategy based on something that you don't know when it will happen and to what degree, right? There are too many variables there that you cannot see in the past data to do a forecast. And this is something that I can also attest, because I'm using forecast in my job to see basically to see when a project can be ready based on the previous historical throughput of some team, for example. And definitely having historical data helps. So yeah, that's it for this part. By the way, I also seen that Ripple has a new website. If we the XRPL website. Okay, and I also seen a very nice representation of the ledger. I'm not sure if this was before, maybe I found it now, maybe it was here for a while now, but you can see live what's happening on the ledger. That's a very cool thing. Yeah. Okay. I definitely forgot to mention something, but there's always time in the next video. I think this is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe and the bell notifications to get all the notifications from this channel. Also share it with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Have a great day and a great weekend, because it's closing in. Bye.